Hi everyone, Rich here again with another quick video. I haven't done a little vinyl update for a while, so I thought I'd do that, put together a quick video showing you some of the records I've bought over the last few months. I'm going to start with some 7 inches and then move on to a few albums. So first up, a few Britpop, surprise, surprise, Britpop 7 inches. Managed to pick up quite a few Supergrass 7 inches I didn't have, and I think some of them are quite rare. I haven't seen them in the shops before, they just popped up online here. So first, Supergrass Fun, it's from the Road to Ruin album. Great single here, Grace. Supergrass again, a few more here. Low C, again from the Road to Ruin album. And then Rush Hour Soul, which I think is from the Life on Other Planets album. A couple of Cooler Shaker 7 inches, Tapper, and Grateful When You're Dead. Then one I've been after for a while, which I didn't realise quite how rare it is. This has been on my various wish lists for a while, and it suddenly popped up. It was a bit more expensive than all of their other 7 inches. This one, dodgy, good enough. Seems to go for a little bit more than the others. Anyway, it's nice to have it. One of the Charlatan singles I didn't have, North Country Boy. Morrissey, Irish Blood, English Heart single. And then a bunch of, Razorlight singles I didn't have. Stumble and Fall, Vice. Got a few more. One more here. Rip It Up. All from their first album, which is a fantastic debut. Really good. Them kind of semi-Britpop, I guess, but not a British band. But this is Drugstore, El President. I just remember liking this back in the day, 97, because it has Tom York on it, Tom York singing. So it's nice to have that for the collection. Coral, Good Fortune. And Goodbye, sorry. Good Fortune is the B-side. Goodbye from their first album. Couple of Travis singles here. Reoffender. And then a non-album track, Coming Around. Then, Franz Ferdinand, Matinee. And the last but not least, something I think probably some of you picked up as well when it came out, is the reissue of Oasis Supersonic. I think it came out earlier this year or late last year. But nice to have that as well. Okay, so I'll move on to albums. This is my most recent actually. This just arrived yesterday. This Gomez's maybe 4th or 5th album. This is a reissue. I don't have the original. It goes for quite a lot of money. But this came out for National Album Day a couple of weeks back. This is nice. This comes on amber vinyl. There you go. Very nice. I'm thinking of doing a video just to show some of the colour vinyl I've got, because I've got quite a bit. This is an original of Elephant. I picked that up a couple of months ago. Then another artist, I've liked for quite a while. I didn't have any of his albums though on vinyl, so I thought I would pick up the best of Richard Hawley. This comes on rather fancy split vinyl, blue and black. Then one that came out in Japan. This is the fancy kind of picture disc version of Dark Side of the Moon. It came out in Japan with a nice obby. I don't think it's pressed in Japan, so they just slapped an obby on a European pressing. But it's a nice one to have just for the collection. I picked up a couple of Reef originals. Glow. Probably the most famous track, Place Your Hand, is on this one. And then an original of their best of. More Franz Ferdinand. This came out, I think, earlier this year or late last year. A reissue of their debut with a nice obby. Again, fairly sure this is not pressed in Japan, but it's nice to have with an obby. It's a nice kind of colour vinyl as well. Then one that I've been waiting for a very long time, because the original just goes for absolutely crazy money, and they finally reissued Delamitri Twisted. Don't know if anyone here is a fan of Delamitri, but this came out when I was 14, 15, and it's got so many good tracks. It's very kind of brings back memories for me. Roll to Me was the biggest hit on here, but Here and Now, Tell Her This, Driving with the Brakes On, really good album. And just was really chuffed it got reissued. Another one I've been after for a while, just for the collection, is Dummy. I wanted to get an original and it came up at a decent price, but happy to get that. Then I've noticed a lot of people posting about The Cure recently, obviously because they've just released their first new album in a long time. This is one band I've never really listened to properly, and 4 or 5 months ago this is my first Cure album, which is Standing on a Beach. The singles, I think it's their early singles up to 1985 or so. I mean, I guess I knew half the tracks just from radio, but yeah, it's nice, good album. So I may look into getting some of their proper albums as well. The Future Heads. This is an original of their second album, came out in 2006. Okay. Not an album, this was a 12-inch single, The Charlatans. Over Rising. And a couple of older albums I picked up quite cheap. Big fan of Sandy Denny, so when I saw this I wanted to pick it up. I don't think it's regarded as one of Fairport Convention's best albums, but it's got Sandy Denny on it, so I wanted to get that. And then I'm quite a big fan of Van Morrison, but Astral Week's Moondance I think is absolutely brilliant. And then the past few months I've been listening to Stephen Wilson's podcast. He goes through, it's called The Album Years I think, and he just talks about his favourite albums from particular years, and this is one that he keeps raving about. Common one, Van Morrison. I have to say I haven't given it a proper listen to yet, but I found it fairly cheap, so I thought I would give it a go. Okay, I don't know if there are any Ghibli movie fans out there, but this is a fantastic collection. Basically, the themes from all of the Ghibli movies written by Joe Hisaishi, performed by the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. It's a really nice album. Tears for Fears, their debut, found it very cheap with an obby, so not in particular good condition. The record plays fine. Anyway, yeah, I'm quite enjoying that. Then Caravan, a band I guess I've got into the last couple of years. This is a reissue, maybe their most famous album, In the Land of Grey and Pink, which came out I think last year or so. This is another one that's on nice colour vinyl. I'll just show you quickly. There you go, matches the album cover nicely. And then, yeah, to end, a couple more Japanese pressings with Obi. Slightly embarrassing, but it was like 200 yen, so I thought pick it up. And didn't really have any Simon and Garfunkel, so again, nice with the Obi. It's got most of their big hits on it. There we go. So yeah, some of the albums I have bought over the last few months, albums and singles. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, catch you next time. Bye bye.